whatever, which is, by the way, it's true. Durk, Baby, they're doing a tour. None of it is sold out. As big as they are, they're not doing 12,000 venues all across the country, just them two. No. They're not Drake. They're not Travis Scott. They're not Post Malone. They're not Eminem. They're not a lot of people who do that. They're not Kendrick. They're not Cole. I believe Durk needs to work on, and by the way, I always say to these artists, Durk and Baby got to stop taking these bags to show up at clubs. I learned this from Russ. Why the fuck will we come to your concert where you're charging exorbitant prices? There's no sections, there's no nothing. We're going to be in a crowd to watch you perform when we could see you in the same city at a club where you're going to just be on stage performing half of the songs you would perform at an official concert. Wow. And we got in that club, women got in for free, and niggas only had to cop a section, which was probably like, I don't know, $400. They brought 5 of their niggas, they got 2 bottles, and they watching you perform. Come on now. That's the problem why people can't tour. Lil Baby, the hottest artist in the game, but he does too much clubs. Stop, you gotta stop doing clubs. I'm telling you this. He got to stop doing clubs. You're about to be on a superstar. You ever see Drake throw up on his Instagram? Yo, I'm in Compound this weekend. Yo, I'm in Club Live. Yo, never. If you want to see Drake perform, nigga, go to Dreas. Go to his tour. Lil Baby perform at every club he's at. I'm going to be honest with you. And I know they going to twist it, whole accent. Bro, what I'm speaking is facts. The artists in... You know, I was watching, I'm like, why are these outlets all picking up what I'm saying about tour? I keep saying, when you speak the truth, the motherfuckers who are scared to speak the truth, they act like this is like some brand new discovery. No, it's not. Nigga, if I ask you who the most lit rappers right now, you gonna name Lil Durk in the top 3. Lil Durk can't go on a tour by himself and sell out 10,000 people in 40 cities. You want to wonder why Lil Durk? No, I mean not Lil Durk. Lil Baby's is in Paris. In a really cool way, they're trying to get him to cross over. They're just not trying to have him sell out. So they put him in Paris, but they're not going to have him do too much corny shit because they want his core audience to still look at him like he be in the hood. Why is Lil Baby in Paris? Think about it. I'm giving you the facts. I'm going to play a Logan Paul clip in a little bit. And I have an interesting output on that because when I posted to my gram, everybody was like, yo, what the fuck is this nigga Logan Paul talking about? I'm going to remind y'all why what we do. I talk about hip-hop all the time. Hold on, chat. Let me just put you on game. I talk about hip-hop all the time. At a moment's notice, I could just use my iPhone, call 6ix9ine, 21 Savage, French Hit Me Today, so I could call any rapper. If I do that, there won't be more than 10,000 people in here. When Aiden does that, there's 200,000 people. The point is this. There's a crossover effect. And that's why I told rappers before. I said, Aiden's audience is not a rap audience. My audience is a rap audience. His audience is not a rap audience. So when y'all think that like they're there to see you, no, they're not. I'm giving y'all the demographics and why it's important to cross over. before I break my news, I'll just do a Logan Paul thing. Let me play the Logan Paul. By the way, Logan, he invited me on Impulsive like a couple years ago. Let me know if I should do it. Logan Paul, Lil Baby. I don't know why he took back the statement, but it felt like he was echoing some stuff that what's his name said. He was echoing what Andrew Schultz said to me. Now, let me explain, but let me play the clip first.
Now, like the Baby or Lil Baby or somebody comes out with a new album, I'm like, that shit slaps. These Pink Floyd albums are masterpieces. Every song, how it's placed in the lineage of songs, every second of the song is thought through like some sort of scientific experiment. It's beautiful.
You consume music a lot.
Absolutely.
And
a lot of music.
Comment below. Is there a masterpiece that has been put out in the last decade?
Yes.
Like a true masterpiece?
Absolutely.
What is
Easy.
it?
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Kanye West. Incredible album, start to finish. Like we're talking from visual experience with the whole 30-minute music video thing that was made to just the music as it plays out and unfolds. This like spectacle and size of everything that goes into it, it makes it one of the greatest albums of all time, easily.
Yeah, it's definitely a
Sorry. Chat. Excuse me for my ignorance, but who is this? Who's this guy right here? This Caucasian?
favorite among Kanye.
Wait, this Caucasian that's on my screen, who is this? Is this like Kenny Beats or something? I don't know. Is this Kenny Beats? Oh shit! I thought like you was somebody known. Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's definitely
Somebody said Brian Scalabr. Yo, Chad, I hate y'all.
a favorite among Kanye fans for
Yeah.
sure. Among music fans. But I just like, I mean,
I just wonder if we're getting to a point where like music is so saturated. People like the 808, the snare drum,
Yep.
and then some fucking lyric that sort of sounds like something like, bro,
That's
I'm
just what
gonna
we're
say it
in
right now.
It'll change.
Lil Baby, he'll pop up on my Spotify.
he just dropped a new album.
Yeah, that's why I think,
Yeah.
because I'm scrolling through and I can't fucking get away from Lil Baby songs.
Here's the deal.
I'm all for the new artists, but like this one in particular, I have no idea. I have no idea what he's saying. I have none, and it all sounds the same. His tone is the same. It's all the same. I give him a year.
Here's the deal.
Chat. Let me just go back.
Lil Baby.
Yo, Logan, I wish you didn't walk this point back because he apologized to Baby. I agree with Logan Paul. I don't agree that Baby sounds alike. I don't. At times he does sound alike. But if you listen to him like in totality, you know the different pockets he could go in. You know that Baby is a really talented artist. The point I was making with Baby is this. And by the way, it goes back to the conversation I had with Andrew Schultz, where he asked me, he said, Ak, could an artist be a superstar without being a super lyrical artist? And we kind of came to a consensus on yes. But here's the thing. And please allow me. I don't agree with the year shit. That's not what's relevant. Y'all are looking into the wrong shit. Just hear what I'm saying. Lil Baby has still not crossed over. That's what I'm trying to say. Logan Paul fits the demographic of the whites that like hip-hop when it's lit, but don't really listen to hip-hop. Let me tell you this. First of all, hip-hop these days have grown so big, we've had a lot of white people who are almost like, they're like wannabe blacks. Like, no disrespect. But they're not the real, I can't look at them and be like, oh, that's the demographic of people who aren't in the culture, who only fuck with the hot shit. Like, think about Adam 22. He's a white dude who listens to fucking every underground rapper. The majority of white people in America, and I'm doing demographics, the majority of white people in America, they're not listening to every fucking song Lil Baby puts out. And that's where we get to realize Lil Baby is the hottest rapper. You know, no disrespect to Drake. We're just going to put him on the side. He's the hottest rapper to people who are only thinking about rap culturally. In the grand scheme of things. And by the way, I'm I won't say a slave, but I've been trapped in this mentality where, like, to me, Lil Baby is the biggest thing. Like, he's the biggest thing ever. Like, or like, I'm comparing him to Wayne. I'm just trying to say, and this is why I didn't like that Logan Paul walked back his point. Logan Paul is the audience, and a lot of them sometimes are white people. They don't give a fuck about hip-hop that much. And for your shit to ever be popular like a Drake, like a motherfucking Post Malone, like a Eminem, like most of the people who are like just international superstars, you have to cross over. When Logan Paul said this, all it told me is that Lil Baby hasn't crossed over for us whites who don't care about what the new, like, we get our music. You already said, I can't escape him. You know where he's listening to Lil Baby at? He's hearing Baby on the radio. He's hearing Baby on his playlist on Spotify. He's not searching for Baby. He doesn't care about him. So he's kind of like resistant to the change. And Logan, I hope you don't feel offensive if you ever watch this, but what you represent is the majority, like, chat, this is going to sound crazy. The majority of America aren't niggas in the culture. The majority of America, they don't give a fuck that Baby's with Jada. They don't watch the Shade Room. They don't watch Akademiks. The majority of America, they're just kind of like, yo, whatever that's lit for the moment, they're into pop music. And Baby is someone that they've seen a couple songs, but they're not, it's not Drake. I'm going to tell you another thing too, which I look at Baby in terms of, if you don't realize, Baby's at the point, the only way he could go up is by crossing over. There's nowhere he could impress the hood anymore, show niggas he's real, rap bet. No, he's doing all that so great. The only way he could get to another level is by crossing over. Here's the thing with crossing over. A lot of that comes with what people call selling out. You got to compromise what people think you a hood nigga, now you be doing some other shit. That nigga spoke English perfectly for one time, like, hey, check me out on the Billboard Awards. This Lil Baby, peace. Niggas was clowning him. You know why? Because they want him to talk like an ignorant fool constantly. This is why if you go back to the Flagrant 2 episode I did with Andrew Schultz, this is why Drake got some crazy advantage. Nigga, Drake don't got to live up to no standard. Drake could culture shift. He could go on here and talk to Logan Paul in perfect English. Then he could go on like some hood ass show and just talk Ebonics. Go on another show, talk Spanish. And that's why I always say, like, artists like Lil Baby are kind of handicapped. And when people are looking at them in terms of maybe a crossover effect, they get penalized way more than Drake. That's it. You get what I mean? Andrew Schultz called me after this. Andrew Schultz said, Ak, I know we said this on the podcast. He said, I don't know if Logan Paul watched my podcast, but I think he probably does. But let me tell you how the whites, and he's a white, He's one of them people, he don't care. He don't know what Baby and Durk's new album is. He don't know. You know what he said to me? He said, yo, Act. Truth be told, we don't know what the fuck Lil Baby is. He got zero personality. He's rapping. We can't understand it. We get that it's hot. We'll just kind of. And y'all might look at him and be like, yo, oh, this thing is just out of touch. Just remember this in not only hip hop, but just the world. People like Andrew Schultz, people like Logan Paul, that's the majority. The majority ain't people that really understand all this accented speak by Lil Baby. They don't get it. So that's why I didn't like that he walked it back. If Lil Baby was that, if Lil Baby was at the point where Wayne was at, when Wayne crossed over, and by the way, it took Wayne lollipopping a couple of songs during those times to cross over. That's why I think Baby's missing. Again, I'm only talking about crossing over. Sometimes we get trapped in our own ecosphere. I think Akash on Flagrant 2, you know what he said? He said, yo, you could keep rapping all that hood and nigga shit, but black people are 12% of the population. And then the white people who are like the Adam 22s who are basically white, but they just love black shit. Okay, so get the 12% and put it to like maybe 23%. But that's not the entire, you don't have the majority of the people who are going to be checking for you. I don't know if that made sense, but the conversation I'm having is strictly crossing over. Baby is the hottest artist in rap culture, but he hasn't crossed over yet because the whites, like Logan Paul, they're looking at him like, I don't get it. I don't understand him. I don't know what he is. Until you get the Logan Pauls, you haven't crossed over like Drake did. Even Kendrick being authentic, Kendrick crossed over. Cole crossed over. Rihanna crossed over. Nicki crossed over. But Baby ain't do it yet. That's all I'm trying to say. Some people say, fuck them whites. No. And that goes back to my touring thing. You will never sell out arena if a nigga like Logan Paul. We're 12% of the population. I'm being nice by saying add the wannabe blacks, the white people who are into black culture, add them into it, you're still not selling out arenas. If Logan Paul have no interest in you, and when I'm saying Logan Paul, I mean he represents a demographic. White people who only care about rap when rap enter their world. They don't know who's dropping when. They don't care about none of that. They don't follow the Shade Room. They don't follow me. Motherfuckers ain't tapped in with you. You're not selling out an arena. That's a fact. Everybody who sells out an arena, that nigga knows. Facts. He knows Travis Scott. He knows Drake. He knows Post Malone. Who else does arena? Obviously Eminem. He knows the people who do arenas. That's the only thing I'm telling y'all. So when I tell y'all that I love Baby, but Baby ain't selling out, his tour, which is not even arena level, and we think he's the biggest, it's because the only thing left for Baby to do is he has to cross over. There's not enough people in the culture that fuck with the niggas who are real or hood music for him to do arena tours. Not enough. You got to cross over. I'm telling you this now. If he does not cross over, he will never do arenas. I am telling you as a fact. But I've wrapped that up. I'll give you the news to the people, to the lazy bloggers and the lazy people who work at these other sites. This is what you need to know.